over. Look.
Shalom.
More. Okay, good, Josh.
Shalom.
Shalom. Awesome. What a beautiful day. Most High is good, isn't he, Josh? All right, family? You good?
Yep.
We are blessed to be on for so many years already. And it's off the hook what the Most High is doing in this ministry. It's really, really off the hook. We're up to almost, 1,000 subscribers, Josh? And almost, 72,000 views. And just keep listening in. That's all you have to do. You want truth? Please support our ministry. We're not asking for much a month, whatever you can afford. We don't believe in tithing. There's no such thing as tithing money to any pastor or any ministry. And we can prove that on our page, okay, through the Bible. So I think we're going to see a clip tonight, and I don't know where we're going to go, but we always go in the Word, and we live by the Word. We don't live by philosophy. We don't live and listen to the slight of men and in vain deceit. If it's not the pure word, we don't want to hear it. Go ahead, Josh.
So, this is a Sabbath again. We do thank the Most High, Ahayah, and his son Yashayah for another week in Babylon, land of confusion.
Land of confusion. Seems like nobody has it right, Josh. If you speak to Christian pastors, they are so in the dark about things, about what's going on in this country. It's amazing that the cliche right now is what it's been for the last 50 years. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. How can you be all right worshiping a pagan Christ, an idol worshiper? How are you okay? When this Pope made this Christ up and sent it through the world to fool the Christian church, to fool people in the world, to deceive them. So how are you okay?
Absolutely.
Right, Josh? It's not just because Christ is black. It's because he's Hebrew. He's Hebrew Israelite. There's nowhere. I even got Christians admitting it now. That there's nowhere in the Bible they read that he's a Christian, that he's not. Matter of fact, we have almost proof, all solid proof, that the first 4 books, right, Josh, of the New Testament are Old Testament books. You want to add to that, Josh? I know you want to add to that. Why? Because of the testy. Explain to him, Josh.
Huh?
But the testy, the Christ's life during the new the 4 books.
Oh.
Go ahead, add to it. Tell them why we feel and we know that the 4 books in the New Testament are Old Testament books, right? Because someone has to die, you got it done.
Oh yeah. Basically, during Christ's life, until he died,
come on,
he was still living. Well, which is common sense.
So if he was living through the 4 books, go ahead.
And technically, the Holy Spirit didn't come upon nobody until the feast of Pentecost.
That's right.
In Acts 2.
That's right.
So if you want to be technical, the Old Testament is the New Testament didn't really begin until the ascension of Christ and the giving of the Holy Spirit.
That's right. That's right. So actually, the book of Acts, chapter 2, would really start the New Testament then, Josh. Okay? And then it's nothing about speaking in tongues, because there is no speaking in tongues.
Right.
And we can prove that too.
Right. So we're going to have a good lesson tonight.
Yep.
I'm going to share
clip or two.
A clip for a little while, and we'll be back with the scriptures.
The countries that will be judged. 2 Ezra 13, and let's start at 34. Read 2 Ezra. Hello. No, 15 and 34. Let's start at 15 and 34. I'm sorry. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. This is talking about mushroom clouds. Read verse 35. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star. When it says even their own star, again, back then, America's or the Western world technology was not founded. So what the prophets are seeing here is what looks like stars going from one place to the next.
You better listen up tonight.
These are missiles being shot.
We're going to get hit, folks.
Really?
Oh, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay, all right.
And down of men unto the camel's hoof. Until the camel's hoof. That show you the region they'll be fighting. Camels are in the Middle East. Read verse 37. And there shall be great fearfulness.
See how the American government loves us?
And they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. And then shall there come great storms from the south, and from the north, and another part from the west.
Wow.
And strong winds shall arise from the east,
All
and
right.
it shall open it. And the cloud which he raised unto wrath, and the storm stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind, shall be destroyed. The great and mighty cloud shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the storm. They will make all the earth afraid, and they will make all the earth afraid. When it says the star, it's talking about the nuclear hit. I'm going to show you. Read.
Wow, come on.
And them they dwell therein. And they shall go out over every high and eminent place, all the high places in the Middle East. Read. And horrible star. And horrible star. Read. Verse 31. Fire and hail and flying swords. And flying swords. Read. And many waters. And many waters. Because what happens when a nuclear bomb hits in an area, it moves waters. Go ahead. That all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. And they shall break down the cities. And that's showing tidal waves. Read. And they shall break down cities, and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows. And their corn. It's in their grain. It tells you that in 2 Ezra, it's their grain. Read verse 33. So right after the wars where the camel's hoofs are, you would never imagine where the battle will go next. Read. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon. And right after that, the war will go to Babylon. Read. And make her afraid. And make her afraid. Read. They shall come to her and besiege her. The storm and all that shall be poured out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. Now let me read what it says in the annotated apocrypha, which is the English translation for that last verse. It says, they shall come, they shall go on steadily to Babylon and blot it out. They shall come to it and surround it, like we read in Jeremiah. And thou shalt pour out on it the tempest and all its fury. Then the dust and smoke shall reach the sky. Mushroom cloud, that's what that is. And all who are around about it shall mourn for it, like we read in Revelation 18. And those who survive shall serve those who have destroyed it. So right after America falls, all power goes over to who? Asia. All power goes to Asia. Most people think that the Persians are original Middle Easterns, but they are actually Japhetic in the tense of Shem. They are Asians.
See where they all married.
The Iranians. They are Asian. But this is talking about they are family of the Oriental Asians.
So they corrected as the Asians over there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But they're in the tents of Arabia. So you think that they are the same families as Ishmael, but they're not. They are Japhetic families. They're not Ishmaelites over there. In Iran. They're Medes. Medes are family in the tents of Shem. They're Japhetic people living in Shemitic land. With me? So now, when it comes to the stock markets and Times Square and all the little things we're used to in the United States, what country has limited themselves to be able to take the slack right after America falls? Asia. Asia has a Times Square. They have almost everything. They've mimicked themselves and likened themselves. China have likened themselves to America. So now the Bible tells you what happens to them next. Who will be next after that? Let's see. Read the next verse.
Verse 45. And they that remain under them shall do service unto them that have put them there.
Go ahead.
And God, Asia.
See, it goes right into Asia.
Where's the second measure for?
And God,
13,
Asia,
16.
They are partaker of the hope of Babylon.
you partook in the hope of Babylon. Asia didn't create anything new. They just made everything, all the inventions of America, cheaper.
Just suffer.
And they invested in America. They built America out financially by investing in America. They own a large percent of America. So since they liken themselves to America, but in order to do this, they had to lay down with the beast to do this. So now the judgment is going to go off of Babylon. After Babylon is dealt with, the Most High is going to set his eye on Asia next. Read.
And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and of the glory of her person.
And you are the glory of that person. You've made yourself just like America, a new industrial complex. Read.
Verse 47. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions.
So it says in her inventions, it says you have imitated. Look at what it says in the English of the annotated. It says, woe to you, miserable wretch, for you have made yourself like her. You have decked out your daughters for prostitution to please and glory in your lovers. The Asians at one point had honor. They were an honorable nation at one point. Not when America got a hold of it. They made themselves as Americans. Who's seen that movie? I like to always relate things to movies. Who's seen that movie, The Last Samurai?
I saw it.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise movie. You look at that movie, you'll see what they would call American process. I mean, America's progress against honor. Right? And it says here, you have imitated that hateful one in all her deeds and devices.
Wow.
Therefore, the Most High says, I will send evils upon you. And right after America is dealt with, according to prophecy, Asia will be plagued on a high level. Now, this is the culmination of the second coming. We have to go through all this before Christ actually come and save us out of what's left. Read.
Verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, whirlwind, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of the power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall rise that is set over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wings, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. When I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Most High.
And now the Most High is going to tell you why he's going to do this to them. Read.
Verse 53. If thou hadst not always slain my chosen.
If you have not always slain my chosen.
Look at this. Look at this.
Israel was scattered throughout.
And wait, stop. And you think that the Most High has forgotten what the world has done to his people? Look what's going to happen, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Look what's going to happen to this world.
We're going to come back to this before we close. Let me put us back.
Talk to Christians. Oh, where's your love, brother? God's forgotten. No, he has not forgotten. The Most High is not forgotten. He can do what he does what he wants with his people. But when someone else tread upon him, judgment's here. Yeah.
Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 2. Psalms 10, verse 2.
All right.
We're going to start.
I'm going to read.
The awakening of Israel is what our topic again. This is our 19th lesson.
Here you go, Josh.
Psalms 10,
2.
as we clearly seen how the Most High is going to deal with these wicked nations that have consulted together according to Psalms 83. And we're going to go through basic precepts to show you how it's not a pipe dream. It's in the Bible. Who are you? Why are you suffering the way you have for over 400, just in here in this side of the earth, 400 years?
I want to stop myself 1 second. You know, this is so true. That's all I say to people out there. Why don't you want to know who you are? It's so important. It's your life that's at stake. No, Josh, it's really your life. It's at stake.
I would want to know if it was hidden from me.
When you want to know who you are and what happened to you and what's really going on in America.
Let's go into the scriptures now.
All right. Psalms 10,
verse 2.
Verse 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Stop. Let's get, who is this wicked according to the Bible? Let's go to, hold that, go to Revelations 13, 1 and 2. Go to Revelations 12, 1 and 2. Then go to Revelations 13. Then we'll go back to Psalms 10.
All right, 12, 1 through 13.
Okay.
All right, Revelation.
So you have anything to add?
No,
So
we're not afraid.
We just read
going
about the wicked. Now we're going into the New Testament to confirm and show you who is this wicked one, right?
Uh-huh.
The Bible always confirms itself. You don't have to add your own views or your own philosophy when you teach. The Bible confirms itself, right?
Yeah.
The Bible says, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word
be established. That's
Uh-huh.
right. All right, Revelation 12, 2, Josh?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
I like it. Read.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
So, read.
A woman clothed with the sun.
Now, this woman is the wife of the Most High, symbolized by the nation of Israel. And that's not talking about Jewish people. Read.
That's right. And the moon under her feet.
So, meaning God made the earth for the children of Israel.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
The 12 tribes.
That's
read.
right. And she being with child cried.
Now that child is Christ, because we know that Christ was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's Hebrews 7:14.
She being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
Read.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon.
A great what?
Red dragon.
So who is this red dragon? Who is red and who came out red from the womb?
Esau.
So this red dragon today is the European governmental system.
Come on.
That is against the children of Israel.
That's right.
Right?
And having 7 heads.
Now the 7 heads and 10 horns are Rome and the EU.
That's right. And
so because where did America come from?
That's
England,
right.
Spain,
and Rome.
the Dutch founded New York
And Rome.
and the French.
And Rome. And 7 crowns upon her head. His head.
Yeah, originally Rome because the
Right,
Roman
originally.
Catholic Church
Right.
and the Spanish, the
That's right.
Spaniards. Now go to Revelations 13, 1 and 2.
Okay. I stood upon the...
Hold on. I have something else to
Go
add
ahead.
here. So we understand from history that the Spaniards were the first to come. They settled the South. Then the French came and they divided it. Then the Dutch, the English came from England.
Excuse me.
So America has always been cut up between the European nations.
That's right.
But it's strange to me that the Indians didn't ask them for papers of immigration. So the Indians let them come in their land, but whenever someone tries to come in there in the white man's land, they ask them, they call them illegal.
Huh.
Right?
The Most High's going to straighten that out real soon.
That's wicked.
That's right. America's going to be...
You have no right as a judge in America to call someone an illegal immigrant when your people, the white man, came here illegally.
Come on.
How dare you judge somebody?
That's right. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Read.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
Read.
And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
So these names are titles that this system would give itself. Land of the free, home of the brave, land of opportunity,
sin,
the American dream,
murder, rape. His head, upon his head, the name of blasphemy, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet was as the feet of a bear.
So these are the nations that preceded Rome. The leopard is the Grecians, the bears are the Persians. Read.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
And the lion is the Babylonian Empire.
And the dragon gave him
his Satan,
power.
The true spirit against the Most High and the children of Israel, is the spiritual ruler of the nations, these governmental systems. So these systems are not meant for you to vote or have anything to do with, because in the end of it, you have no say in it. It's determined already. Go back to Psalms 10 verse 3.
Okay.
So we wanted to show you that in the Bible. So there's nothing you can do about the system. The system is rigged. It's set up already. It's set up to crush. It's set up to be destroyed. The Most High allowed America to rule for 230 years. About 250 years, maybe, around there, for the sole purpose of destroying it. So America was never set up to exist forever.
That's right.
Or be successful.
And look at the land hoping for a future in this country when it's going to be destroyed.
So
for the wicked boasted.
So the wicked, or the devil, the red,
Esau.
So that's like what we said, how he has names on himself. The land of liberty.
That's right.
The American dream. Right. Let's make America great again.
When was it ever great?
Yeah, for something to be great again, it has to have been great before.
America's been a murderous nation ever since its founding.
Read.
Of the Europeans coming here.
So
for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous.
So whatever nation that it can buy out and make it like into itself, it blesses that nation.
Whom the Most High of earth hates.
So he hates the nations that are in with the banking system of America, the bankers.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High.
So that's why they programmed the society to be progressively away from
That's right.
anything spiritual
Medicine,
and
don't trust
everything
them.
on the physical.
That's right.
Read.
The Most High is not in all his thoughts.
So that's why he programs people not to worry about their spiritual destiny or their true inner person. That's why everything's about the flesh. How can we make our bodies better? How can we always look better? And it's not bad to look good. I mean, it's not bad for you to have a good body and take care of your body, but your body is not the real you. The real you is inward. That's what the scriptures say. We are made up of a mind, body, and a soul.
Come on.
The real you is not seen by people. Read.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
So he, all those who don't want to be on his side, he destroys them.
Oh, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. I'm sorry.
And the scriptures are far above out of his sight, meaning he doesn't want correction.
Come on, Josh.
According to the Bible. So that's why people in his society and under that spirit don't want correction. They want you to tell them what you think is wrong with them.
Wow.
Instead of letting the Bible do it.
Come on.
They want you to tell them what you think about.
And isn't that
or,
like?
Have you ever heard this? Tell me what you think about Jesus.
Wow.
Or tell me your thought on the Bible.
Watch out.
Meaning, don't open the Bible and read it.
Yeah, just give me a theologian.
Just tell me, or
sorry.
Or just philosophize to me.
That's right. Good, Josh.
So we can have a discussion.
Right.
Because the Bible is clear and cut. It tells you. People don't want correction. They want a philosophical discussion so they can have some type of mental high ground on you.
Good. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
So
I shall
he has
never be
convinced himself that his society will never be. Go to Psalms 49:11.
Psalms 49:11. All right, we have it. 49:11, Psalms.
Read.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Isn't that like the world today? We're going to go on. We got a future. They get this all from sports too. And their dwelling places to all generations.
Now, basically, what that means is the way Satan has his minions program people to think is basically the way life is will always continue. Right? The way they'll, go up, get up early and slave all your life for little money and end up broke.
That's right. They call their lands after their own names.
And isn't that just what they do? Whenever they conquer a land, they rename it after themselves. Go back to Psalms.
Isn't that true, Joshua?
Chapter 10.
All right. Come on, it's annoying.
Verse 7.
10 what? 10 what? 7? Okay. All right, ready? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. I got that stuff.
So under the tongue or under his tongue, or what is his technology, his television, are lies and deceit and fraud. So they constructed a whole constitution really without the people who really built the nation. Washington and all these people did not build this nation.
That's right. Come on.
They bondaged people, the Israelites, and made them build it.
Come on.
That's why if you do the research, even on Wall Street, Why do they call it Wall Street? Because back when it was during slavery, they had a wall around it, New York, and the slaves had to stay outside of it. And they would, come in and build Wall Street. That's why they call it Wall Street. And there's even been discovered a mass slave burial ground on Wall Street.
Wow.
Proven to you that Wall Street originally was a slave auction block. That's how Wall Street got its wealth.
Wow.
Wall Street didn't just get wealthy or have all that money. All that money is residual money from slavery. So the South is not the only place that prospered from slavery. The North prospered really more from slavery than the South, because where did all the ships were built? Where were all the chains made? Where were all the shackles made? Where were all the captains in the North? So actually, if you want to say so, the South really prospered more from the physical labor of it, the slavery.
That's right.
But the North got more of the trade wise, because that's where all the slaves came. Usually they would leave from the North, come and go wherever else to the eastern seaboard, wherever they wanted to drop the slaves off. The whole American economy prospered off of slavery, massively prospered off of slavery. That's how pretty much all the money in America came from, slavery. Read.
Okay. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
So the lurking places of the villages are his secret councils, like the UN, all these high places where only certain people are allowed to go in or to be a part of the circle. Right?
That's right.
Read.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
So he uses these secret assemblies to keep his brother Jacob down, to keep his brother Jacob underneath him, and actually set up rules and laws where he can keep them progressively worse.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily or privately set against the poor.
Who are the poor? The poor are the Israelites.
All the tribes, that's right. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Mm-hmm.
He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his worldwide net.
His net. Now, go to the book of Revelation 17 and 8.
17:8.
17 and 8. Revelation 17:8.
Do you have this all over your body? All that stuff? Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Let me get Mary, I got a text from the drugstore today. I guess about my I'll talk to you later.
Revelation 17.
Yeah. Probably got to get a refill on that. Okay. But I'm good now. My blood
so
pressure
basically,
is low.
Revelation 17 goes into the American and Roman, American Roman involvement in the end times, because we know from Revelation 17:1, not only did Rome put their churches or their religious system all over the world, they used the American military now to be their soldiers. That's to conquer the earth for them.
Come on.
Because it also says in the Bible that the rider on the white horse has a bow with no arrows. In other words, he has military power, but he doesn't fight. In other words, he uses the money that he has that he controls, and he uses other militaries to do his warring for him. Read.
Okay, Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not.
So the beast that John saw in Revelation 13 and in Revelation 17 was and is not, meaning that he was at the time, then he would leave off and die. His empire would die, then it would eventually come back.
Right, that's right. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition.
So, in other words, that country would end up being destroyed by Christ. Revelation 19.
Come on. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life.
So,
from the foundation of the world.
So, these people that follow this system, names are not written in the Lamb's book of life. Now, why does it call it the Lamb's book of life? Because Christ looks like a lamb, black face and woolly hair. I mean, that's why he's called the Lamb of God.
Come on, John.
Because lambs have black faces and woolly hair.
That's right. When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. Rome.
So, yeah, that's Rome. The 7 mountains of Rome.
That's right. And there are 7 kings.
So the 7 kings are the empires that preceded Rome, or including Rome up is the final kingdom to fall.
Okay.
Read.
5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
That would have been the British Empire.
Read.
And when he cometh, he shall continue a short space. Now it's America. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th.
So the 8th kingdom is of the 7th. In other words, the old world produced America, which is
that's right.
The 8th kingdom.
That's right. And goes into perdition. Tells you right there it's going to be destroyed.
Read.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet.
Now that's the European nations under the EU in Europe. That once America is destroyed, they will have power 1 hour with the beast. Read.
But receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
Read.
These have 1 mind.
These have 1 heart or 1 thought. Read.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Which is Satan.
Wow. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
So they will, once America is destroyed, they will fight Christ or try to fight Christ and will lose.
I want to say something. Stop right there. This is why so many Christians have been deceived in these Christian churches. Even big mega churches are teaching that America is not in prophecy. No, America is in prophecy to be destroyed. For he is most high of the most high and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen, faithful.
Read.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest.
So the waters which he saw in the first part of the vision are what?
That sitteth are peoples, multitudes, and nations.
So the
and tongues.
whore or America sits as many nations, tongues. That's why America is referred to as a melting pot.
That's right.
Very few nations are melting pots because melting pots don't work. Usually, too many different cultures around each other doesn't work. That's why even in America you have Chinatowns and Koreatowns and little Russias, little Italies, Harlem. That's why you have.
That's right.
You
Irish,
have
kitchen.
separate races separated from each other, because it's not that it's wrong to be friendly with everybody, but God did not necessarily design all races to cohabit with each other.
That's right.
That's why in the Bible, every nation was separate. Because that's the way God wanted the races. God never wanted
people to come together like that. That's right.
Races to
that's
work
religion.
together.
Religion wants that. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate.
So
naked.
Start the verse over.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest.
Now the 10 horns are Europe, the EU.
Upon the beast.
Read.
These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked.
So they will be part of the nations who are involved in the end judgment of Babylon.
Wow. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
They've taken the spirit, and that's why America is broke, because they owe out. They owe themselves out to the entire earth. And in the end, they will also fire missiles on America with the Arabs.
That's right.
Or the biblically, or the Japhetic people living in the tents of Shem.
That's right. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
So God's will, the Most High's will is for America to be destroyed.
That's right.
Read.
And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast,
which is Satan,
until the words of Ahayah shall be fulfilled.
Read.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city.
So that is the UN in New York City,
which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Go to Revelation 6. We're going to finish in Revelation 6.
Okay.
The 4 horsemen.
What the phone? Oh, okay.
Say something right fast, Dad.
All right. You see how much deception are in religion? You see how these pastors that came from the Roman Empire, not from Rome, the country, but Rome forced America to sign contracts with America to let their seminaries in America. And that's how all your pastors got deceived. They might mean well, and they're nice people. I've met a lot of them, but they're deceived in their teachings. Not all of it, but most of it.
So Revelation 6:1.
All right, Revelation 6:1. I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder. One of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer. So
this is religious, or what most people would say is the Pope, because the Pope doesn't have military, or the Pope doesn't have a official military.
Right, but let's go a little deeper. Esau runs the Pope. Right? Okay, the Rothschilds run everything.
So if you want to say the white horse rider or the Rothschilds.
That's right. Come on, Josh.
Read.
And I saw him behold a white horse. Okay. And 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red.
So that is what many people consider communism, or the Russians, which are all Esau. So
Esau anyway.
So
and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. That's Esau. And they that should kill one another.
And a lot of people say Islam is involved, but Islam was also created by the Roman Catholic Church. It's Catholicism for
Esau.
Ishmael. That's why Ishmaelites have prayer beads or rosaries.
That's
because
right.
That's the Catholic Church created the Quran.
That's right. Come on.
As a philosophical whole for Ishmaelites.
And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Now, the black horse rider are the Jesuits.
Wow. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances
Now,
in his hand.
the pair of balances resembles the banking system. We know that the Rothschilds and the Jesuits control the money in the world.
That's right. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou.
So basically, it's going to be so expensive once.
That's right.
Eventually, that you won't be able to buy food.
Wow.
Now go to verse.
Wait. And see thou not hurt. Thou hurt not the oil. What? And
Now go to verse. Is that the last horse?
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to verse 13, 6 and 13.
No, pale horse, Josh.
The pale horse. Read that one.
And when
too.
he had opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
So now the true spirit
and hell.
So that's Satan on the last horse. So this last war is going to end up before Christ comes. 1/3 of the population of the earth will be killed.
Wow. And hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth. So
that's the 4th part of people.
Wow.
So there's 7 billion people in the earth. The people who rule the earth want to cut 1/4 of that down.
Wow. Come on. To kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth.
Now go to verse 13.
Go ahead, Mary.
And the stars of heaven fell.
And the what?
Stars of heaven fell.
So we understand that the fallen angels have always been involved with the higher rings of the system.
That's right. These are fallen angels they're talking about. Go ahead, Mary.
Unto the earth, even as a fig tree
casteth
her
untimely
figs.
When
she is shaken of a mighty wind.
That's right.
And the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
So when Christ comes back, the heavens are going to unroll like when you unroll a parchment or a scroll.
And even mountains
and
islands were moved out of their places.
Right. And the kings of the earth. Wow. And the great men.
So the kings are your bankers, the ones who rule the money.
That's right. And the great men.
So that's the people
and the
who
rich
are
men.
under them. And the rich or the basically the working class rich.
And the chief captains.
So that's your military.
And the mighty men.
That's your lower rings of the military.
Now here come the point. Every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne.
We're going to close with a video, a little clip, and then we'll close. That was good.
Real
good Bible reading tonight.
Yeah, real good, real good. Love you. I don't know about the Lord. He's out.
Well, she's out of it, all right.
Of the 4 corners of the earth and was made to serve all nations. And while Israel served these nations, they received no rest. I went to Hawaii. I went to different areas, and I see that Asia had done to the Naphtalians what the European powers that came to America did to the Aborigines of America. So no one would escape this for treating the children of Israel the way they have treated God's people in this earth. Some people should not be treated as cattle. The Most High sat back and looked at this the whole time. These nations already had power. Israel lost its strength, but yet they gave Israel no rest. So now the Most High says, oh, because you, read that thought again. That's key here.
2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 53. If thou hadst not always slain my children,
If you have not always killed my chosen, read,
exalting the stroke of thy hands, and saying over their dead when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense.
so now they get their payment. Read,
Verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Most High, even so shall the Most High do unto thee.
period. What you did to my people, now I'm going to do to you. See, and this happened before. Listen, there's no new thing under the sun.
Word don't
The
lie.
Most High was sending plagues on Egypt. Pharaoh had a choice. He could ease up on God's people and let them go, or he could make them serve with much rigor. No, his heart got hardened. His heart was hardened, and he said, listen, I'll tell you what, now you have to build brick with no straw. Same thing. Same thing. These nations have destroyed God's people all over the earth. And yet, we'll point today to politics and say politics is the reason the earth is in the state it's in right now. We're pointing to the people, saying, listen, you all better figure out these people. You better find out who Israel is. Because this is why the Most High is angry. If you don't know them, you don't know what you're doing to them. So that's why we go into Israel, showing how Israel was scattered. Why Israel fell, because the judgments are in the earth because of his people. That's the reason for the judgments. His people are being delivered all over the earth. They're waking up from the psychology of enslavement. They're waking up from the spiritual psychology and the spiritual enslavement that been passed down from their forefathers.
Come on.
The Most High have a spirit in the work that's bringing again the
Stop that for a
captivity
second.
of his people.
Just real
At
quick.
the same time,
And what he's saying, Brother Carl, listen, folks, viewers, even in religion is where this is coming from. That they're being set free from all this lies and deceitfulness and lying doctrines in all religion. And that's including Christianity, Muslim, wherever you want to point your finger to religion.
he's awakening his people. He's destroying the nations
That's right.
that have enslaved his people through time.
Watch out.
And they know exactly. Let me tell you, I'm sitting here with a book right here. I pull out this book almost every week, brother.
Yeah, we have this.
When I read this book, it blew my mind. I read this book 10 years ago, Lost Tribes in the Promised Lands,
You read that.
by Ronald Sanders. And if you get the paperback, a lot of the paperback, the new revised version, a lot of the information is out of the book in the new paperback. I got one of the original books, and I read this book, and it blew me away. Because this showed me that even in the 1800s, when they were settling from Europe over into America, there was word back in England that they found the 10 tribes over in the Americas. There was words in the 1800s on a scholarly level that the Indian tribes had Hebrew relics, had the 10 Commandments, had the fringes and borders.
You listening?
Had all the things that was contained in the Old Testament.
Now you know who was here? There weren't Redskins.
These tribes were from the diaspora of the 8th century BC. They knew this when they went over into America, but they reported back into England and these other areas saying that these people are savages. They must be tamed. Let's transfer that. Let's switch the word around a little bit. They're terrorists. It was in the book. They knew it
was going to be destroyed.
But instead of giving these people ease and rest and helping these people,
but they're so ignorant.
They
They don't know the truth. What they put it in their minds to do his will.
You already have religion. You're not giving people a freedom of religion.
Come on.
You're talking about teaching these people your religion. That's what you're promoting. Then you kill the age and the ancient.
Look at this lesbian with the cross. Look at
You
this.
kill them all and you teach their children. This is what they did. When I read this book, it blew me away because they knew. And then they sat down with these Masons, whom we call preachers and pastors. And in America, during that same period, created a smorgasbord of religion. At this time, everything is springing up. Jehovah's Witnesses, Lutherans, Mormons, you name it. They're springing up all in America. The best that came over was Catholic. But you got all these different stems of religion that was aimed towards destroying that people that were, who were the aborigines of that land. They were very spiritual people. They didn't need the religion that was coming. They were spiritual already. They understood the earth was fine, the animals were fine, but yet they didn't show these people any rest. They lied and called the people savages.
They lied to
In time, the children lost their identity.
The Bible says.
That was the plan from its inception. The plan when they went to America, they knew.
So do you understand about what we showed you tonight, and you know what our intake is with Brother Ricard, and you know what we have found out through research too, that it's coming down, folks. I'm telling you, you better not put your trust. You better not put your hope and trust in this land, because you're going to be disappointed.
So with that said, we say shalom.
Shalom.